What's up, guys? My name is Christian Price, and presentation is for Geology of North America. I chose my Geo Heritage Site as Rocky Mountain National Park, and just gonna go over real quick what zircon is and how we know the age of Rocky Mountain National Park. So just quick objectives. We want to establish the idea of old versus young. Then we want to give an overview of relative versus absolute dating. Discuss radiogenic elements, overview radioactive decay formula, explore zircon and its useful properties, then quickly describe the work that I do at the U.S. Geological Survey. Describe what happens to zircons after they've been recovered, review what type of work, why this type of work is important, and discuss the age of Rocky Mountain National Park, and then end with a quick quiz. So first off, old versus young. Sometimes it's easy to tell when something is the difference between when something is young and something old. Case in point, baby and grandpa. But it's not as easy to tell. So it requires some creative approaches, but we can work backwards and we can figure out, tough questions and answer how old some materials actually are. So there are two types of dating in geology. There's relative and absolute. Relative is just based on the law of superposition, meaning that whatever is on top is younger than whatever is on the bottom. A good example is a limestone on top of a sandstone, meaning that the limestone is younger and the sandstone is older. Next is absolute dating. This is based on the property of half-lives and radioactive decay of parent isotopes into daughter isotopes. And there are some minerals that are very useful for absolute dating. So how do we know? I won't go through all these, but basically these are all different element ratios and decay products. The most common is uranium lead. There are many more. These are just a few that I found. So basically we know what is up with radioactive decay based on the radioactive decay formula. Basically, I won't go through this whole slide, but as the number of parent atoms goes down, the number of daughter atoms go up. So zircon, very useful for radiometric dating. It's an orthosilicate. It's very hard on the very large hardness on the Mohs scale. Has a high density. And it's found in all three different rock types. And actually the oldest earth material is from Australia, those zircons. So basically what I do at the USGS is I crush grind and sieve rocks, then I use a gravity shaking table to recover the zircons, and then I use zircon's non-magnetic property and its density to isolate it and concentrate it. So once recovered, basically it gets imaged on the SEM, which is that image that we saw earlier, and then it goes into the ICP-MS, which is the inductively coupled plasma mass spectrometer. So this all comes together. It allows us to build a framework based on the age of certain rock types. We can tell how old volcanic eruptions are and ash layers are and such. Opens the door for more research and really just gives us a better idea of the natural world around us. And so we have used radiometric dating to figure out the age of Rocky Mountain National Park. The gneisses and schists have been dated at 1.8 billion years old. There are also igneous intrusions that are 1.4 billion years old. They are some of the oldest rocks in Colorado, but actually the oldest are 2.7 billion years old, and they're found in the northwest corner of the state. And so really just to kind of wrap all this up, the big question is why? Why do we want to figure out the age of things? Well, how old is the Earth? How old is the Moon? It really puts plate tectonics in perspective by giving a date to certain events. It's important for government and non-government research institutions like industry and academia to really, further our knowledge and grow our knowledge of the natural world. And so, quickly to end, I just want to go over the 10 questions and then go over the answers for the quiz. So, what is the dating method most easy to recognize in a sequence of rocks? What element does uranium decay into? What does negative lambda represent in the radioactive decay formula? What is the chemical formula of zircon? What is the crystal system of zircon? What is zircon's hardness? And what type of rocks is zircon found? Is zircon denser than most common rock-forming minerals? What does the P and ICP-MS stand for? And how are old the rocks in Rocky Mountain National Park? And really quick, just to go over the answers. Here they are. So thanks again for watching, and have a nice day.